Welcome to this 15-minute Yoga Lattes prenatal session. You will need a small Pilates ball, a mat, and get into something comfortable. Bring some water as ever to keep yourself hydrated, and come down onto your mat and let's begin. We're going to begin this class cross-legged, just straightening up the spine, firstly moving your right ear towards your right shoulder. Just get some neck stretches in here. And then circling around, bringing the left ear to the left shoulder. And then back the other way. And repeat this a couple more times, feeling the energy release. And then stretching over firstly with your left arm over your head, using your right palm for support. And then bringing it over to the other side, bringing your right arm over your head, using the left palm for stability. And once you've felt that wonderful stretch in your obliques, come back to center. And we'll take a cat-cow position. Here, you may like to place the ball in between your legs, checking that the knees are about hip width apart, and then squeezing the ball. Bringing your wrists beneath your shoulders, and just here, take a few circles back and forth, bringing in your pelvis as you take circles in a clockwise direction. And then return and go the other way in an anti-clockwise direction. Now placing the ball down beside you, lifting up firstly your right leg, bringing your right foot out behind you and then lifting it off the mat, and then bringing up your left arm in front of you so that we take a Superman pose. Option here is to pulse for 5. Nothing too intense, just get that blood circulating. Once you're done, replacing your hand on the mat and your foot. And then we'll swap sides. Firstly, bringing your left foot out behind you and your right arm out in front of you. And then lifting the left leg off the mat, just maintaining your balance here, engage that core. And then, as before, the option is there if you wanted to pump and pulse for 5. And then replacing your hands on the mat once done, come onto all fours, and then walking back with your palms, straightening up, we'll come into a standing forward fold. Feeling that lovely stretch in your hamstrings. If you need a block or a bolster here, just to help stabilize you, that's fine. Or placing maybe your palms onto your thighs, but go gently here. It's important we avoid any head rushes and take our time. If you need to have a slight micro bend in the knees, then please do so. Once complete, coming up very slowly into a standing position. And from here, bringing the arms out in front of us so that they're about diagonal, tuck the tailbone in, tuck the pelvis in, and come down into chair pose. And then release, standing up straight. And then inhale to prepare, exhale to exert, come down into chair, and we'll take 5 more of those. Coming down as far as you can, but maintaining that sense of stability. It's really important here that you do what feels right for you. So if it's enough, just stay in chair pose and balance. Wonderful. And now exhale, coming down, placing your hands on your knees or on your thighs. And then we'll come down onto all fours. And we'll come onto the side. So here I'd like you to use your forearm, come to your right hand side and use your right forearm to help balance you here. Checking that your hips are stacked and your shoulders. And just bending your knees, bringing your heels in line with your tailbone. And we'll take oyster. Opening and closing for 5. Use your core here. And then we're going to take a knee and heel type movement. So firstly, bringing your knees together, and then release, bringing your heels together, keeping one leg on the mat at all times, and just repeat this 5 more times. Beautiful. Now here, I'd like you to bring your legs out to the side so they're in a straight line. Now here, one option is to lift up your leg and circle around with that leg. If you're feeling up to it, maybe you can bring both the legs off the mat and circle around for 5 and then change direction. So please here, remember stability and balance is just as important in engaging your core, so have your hand in front if you need that support. And back for 5. Amazing. Okay, releasing that now. Just coming up into a mermaid pose. And stretching out over and back the other way, very slowly, don't go too fast here. And then we'll come over onto the other side, taking position again, using the forearm to help you balance, checking that your shoulders are stacked and your hips are stacked. And then bringing your knees up and your heels in line with your tailbone. Inhale to prepare, exhale, and then we'll take oyster. So just moving here with the breath, opening and closing, contracting and exhaling, using your pelvic muscles to do so. And then once done, we'll take the knee and the heel move. So bringing your knee down to touch one knee, then exhale and bring the heels together, opening and closing, and just repeat this 5 times. Gently does it, and then release, bringing the legs out to the side, straightening up, and then we'll take circles. So option 1, bringing your leg up off the mat, keeping the other one on the floor, and circling clockwise for 5. If you like to, you can bring both legs off the mat. And then reverse. And release, well done. Coming up into a mermaid stretch, bending those knees and just stretching over, stretching out the obliques. Once done, grab hold of that Pilates ball and put it under your right hand side. And then placing the shoulders away from the ears and your hands behind your head. Just find your balance here. Bending your knees. And then lifting one leg, the left leg off the mat. And we'll take some side leg lifts. Once you've done that, release. And then bringing your torso up and down, using the ball for stability. Shouldn't be feeling any discomfort here in your lower back, so just making sure that any adjustments are made. Once done, coming up, and we'll take what we call a seated pretzel. So this is quite similar to mermaid pose, having your right leg out in front of you, your right shin should be parallel, and the left leg should be in a right angle behind. So bringing your hands down in front of you if you can, or maybe you can sit upright. And here I'd like you to bring your left leg off the mat. Now these movements need to be small and controlled. So no big grand movements here, you really are trying to exercise the hip here. And repeat this 10 times. Wonderful. Okay, now coming onto the other side, using the Pilates ball. Placing your hands behind your head, shoulders away from the ears, and again, making sure there's no discomfort in your lower back as you do these moves. Inhale to prepare, and then begin to lift off your leg off the mat, and then replace. Repeating for 5. And then begin to pulse with your upper body. And release. Good. Now coming up into a seated pretzel on the other side. So just get into position. Use your forearms if you like, or your hands to support you, and then begin to lift up your right leg slowly in a small and controlled way, and we'll repeat for 10. and replace onto the mat. Beautiful. Now coming into our cross-legged final position. We're going to take some pelvic floor exercises here. Inhaling. And as you exhale, contract the pelvis up into your abdominal area. Inhale as you let go, and then exhale, bringing that in again. And repeat this. Beautiful. Now just coming to a standstill, noticing your heart, placing one hand on your belly and one hand in your pelvic area, just connecting here with your baby. One last inhale and then exhale, finding gratitude for the time you spent on the mat today and the time you spent nurturing yourself and connecting with your body and your baby. If you'd like to join me, bringing your palms up above you, down to your chest, and we'll bow and say namaste. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you like what you saw, please subscribe to my channel where I have a number of other classes suiting all abilities and for a number of different conditions. I hope to see you again on the mat soon. I wish you all my love and light. Namaste.